It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Here we go. You tune into your Feel Good Breakfast Show, Expresso right here on S3, and we are back. Yes, what's trending in the world of tech, you ask? Well, our gaming expert and techie Grant Hines joins us this morning to break it all down for us. Welcome back, my brother.
Thank you.
So, I don't know. I would love to get a peek into your life, bro. Like, do you just scour the screens all the time?
Well, like, I think if you're passionate about something, you just, like, comes into your line of fire. Like, and the world of tech is just always, like what's happening there, I feel is changing society. So, like, I'm often, like, got my, my finger on the pulse of what's happening there.
Yeah, but I mean, it's like that. Technology drives us as a society, and it kind of points us in that direction in terms of how we just navigate our lives nowadays.
Yeah, exactly. The first piece of news, in fact, about that is the whole Trump thing that's been happening. Like he has his mugshot, and it's wild because this is the first tweet that he's done in I don't know, since he left Twitter, and the first thing he does is post a picture of his mugshot. Now, to different people, the mugshot means different things, right? And it's wild that like a single image can have such a duality approach, that he's so proud of it that he would tweet it.
Yeah, but this is Trump, man. What do you expect anything less?
Yeah,
really?
I suppose nothing to him is a loss, right?
Exactly. No such thing as bad publicity, right?
Oh, but yeah, so although it's like, here, the legal system has proved you wrong, but like, let me just put this, like, my criminal photo online and then brag about it.
Let's do it.
Like, he's not a rapper. Like, I don't understand what he's doing. But yeah, so that was huge news for the world Twitter, or X.
Yeah, or X now, yeah, exactly, because we can't say we tweet anymore. It's now we Xing, or whatever the case may be. But I mean, do you know what was the response on this tweet?
Again, it was this dual response where a lot of people were like rightfully so in my mind, like cheering on the fact that like the legal system like paid its way, even the president is not beyond reproach.
Yeah.
And then the other part of the people, like his supporters, going, wait, he believes that there's this deep state that are out to get him, so this is proof of that. So it's so wild to me that so many people could see the same bit of news and through Twitter, and then have completely different opposing views on what's happening.
Yeah. Well, let's quickly take a look at that photo, just in case you guys haven't seen it. So there.
Like, to me, he looks like really grumpy and like upset that he's doing. I don't know how he's always in that suit.
Yeah,
he must have dressed up for it. But he's like obviously proud of it.
Yeah.
You know,
I don't. Business. You can see.
It means business. He's going to jail. What do you mean he means business?
Well, with a photo.
Yeah.
No, he's got that.
It's wild to me.
Okay. Anyway, so we're moving on. There's another story on X.
Yes, X. When we say, I'm going to say Twitter, I don't know, like, to me it's still Twitter.
It is weird. It doesn't roll off the tongue for me, like Twitter and tweeting, and anyways, that's we've spoken about that extensively. Yeah.
But it's a really insane story. So Twitter has now suspended the account of the suspected murderer of a pro-LGBTIQ supporter in the States, where they were, so this Twitter user was using slurs outside her shop, and she came to confront him, and he pulled out a gun and shot her and killed her.
Goodness.
And he had been tweeting, and a lot of these things don't happen in isolation. He had been tweeting from his account that a whole bunch of homophobic stuff. So people were like, hey, hold on, like, there's been a line of this. But Twitter had backed up the account and said, hey, listen, I know Twitter, I don't know what's happening on Twitter. They were like, it hasn't broken any rules as an account, but has recently gone back on that silently, and then now subsequently blocked his account. So it's this. We're in this place where, like, Twitter used to have a very strong stance on like human rights and what needs to be said and what's allowed to be said, what is hate speech. But since the takeover and the transformation to X, there seems to be this, there's no identity or anything goes. But in reality, that's not how it works. Hate speech is this thing. It's just because we have freedom of speech, there's still no hate speech allowed.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. There's a definite line between freedom of speech and hate speech.
Yeah, and people, and I think this is the thing where people don't understand that you can't say anything you'd like. There are consequences to what you can say.
Absolutely,
so like,
words of power, man.
We got freedom of speech, but if you say something that is hateful, there are consequences to that. You don't have the freedom to just spew what's on your head.
No, especially on a global social platform like that. Okay, one more thing, this time around Meta.
Yeah, Meta's facing a lot of criticism because in Canada, there's these crazy forest fires.
Yeah, man, it's been devastating.
So if you've seen the news about that, 20,000 people have had to up and leave. But there's been a law passed in Canada that news sites have to pay, Facebook has to pay, so Meta as a group has to pay to broadcast news. So, this is something that's been happening in Australia and Canada. And as a result, the law only kicks in at the beginning of next year. Meta's pulled all news articles from Facebook, so you don't get any news on Facebook. So that's left the whole country in a bit of a drama because you need news to understand how to evacuate and where to go. So all these people that are being rehomed go like, we actually don't have any information. We don't have access to that information.
Yeah, and Facebook and Meta is obviously some of the first point of contact for a lot of people.
Facebook groups, where do we go? What's happening? So I think we're at a point now where a lot of people need to decide what role does Meta and Facebook have with the news and like in emergencies like this. People's lives are potentially at stake and could be saved by social media.
Thanks, Grant, for running us through. That is some of the trending stories in tech this morning. Grant is going to be going nowhere. He's going to be back, and we are going to be jumping into the future with some VR stories. Stick around for that.